Welcome back to episode 13 of the Racing Show. Champions Day last Saturday. It was a good day of racing. Kyprios got us off to a good start. In the first race, there was a little super boost on Bet365 out to about 11 to 8 for that. So if you have Bet365, definitely should have took advantage of that offer. The rest of the races saw Kind of Blue win the sprint, which was definitely gettable, had been in all the right races, just failing to win a big one, but got the job done in the sprint. The fillies and the QE2 went to the favourites in Kalpana and Sharon, and then the Champions Stakes, our selection, Calandagan, was just narrowly beaten by a 40-1 horse. I think we were definitely on the right horse in the race. He got a bit trapped on the inside. Not much you can do about that. I think if he stays in training next year, carry on punting him. He's a quality horse. Moving on to this weekend, it's kind of the last weekend of UK flat racing. We've got a bit of Newbury, a bit of Doncaster. Two races in particular I'm going to look at. One at Doncaster, the Futurity Stakes for 2-year-olds, and then one at Newbury, the St Simon Stakes over 1.5 miles. So as I said, just a quick one today, just the two races that we're going to take a look at coming towards the end of the season. We've got the Breeders' Cup next week over in America. Keep the powder fairly dry, but there is two quite strong selections I've got for this week's racing. We'll start in Doncaster for the Futurity Trophy Stakes. It's a Group 1 over 1 mile for 2-year-olds. This race went on a stretch of 3 or 4 years where it threw up next year's Guineas winner. It was a class race at one time. Then they went for a stretch of Saxon Warrior, Magna Graecia, Kamiko, just proper top class horses. It hasn't quite attracted the same horses or the same winners in recent years, although August Rodin did win this before, disappointed massively in the Guineas, but obviously going on to win the Derby. A horse like City of Troy wasn't really tried over the mile up until his 3-year-old campaign, so he didn't run in this last year. Aidan loves this race, saddled so many winners of it. But the horse I am most keen on is actually a horse that was only just beaten by Aidan's best 2-year-old, in my opinion, the Lion in Winter, and that was Wimbledon Hawkeye. That was 2 starts ago in York over 7 furlongs. Since then, he came out and won the Royal Lodge at Newmarket. I think we had Royal Playwright that day. Wimbledon Hawkeye beat him and beat him quite comfortably. That was Wimbledon Hawkeye's first attempt at a mile, so he's still quite unexposed over the trip. He handled conditions that day, which were soft. Most likely going to be soft again here at Doncaster. I think he's got the form in the book. He's improving. He's unexposed over 1 mile. He's proved that he can go on the ground. I think his current price of about 3-1 looked very, very tempting. There's still a bit of 7-2 around there. I think Bet365 is still 7-2 on Wimbledon Hawkeye. Notable kind of opposition would be Delacroix. I thought he was quite good in Newmarket last time, but he's been quite tried over 1 mile. He's related to a 1 mile 6 winner, Grateful, who won at the Arc meeting. I'd expect him to be better with kind of time and distance next season. Maybe not a 14-day turnaround over a trip that he only just narrowly won over last time. So yeah, Wimbledon Hawkeye for me is the class in the race. Got the form in the race with the right horses. I think he confirms authority over Royal Playwright, who's also in the field. So Wimbledon Hawkeye in the 240 Doncaster, the Futurity Stakes. Moving on to Newbury now, we've got the 345, the St Simon Stakes over 1.5 miles. When I was having a quick look through this race yesterday, the two that really kind of stood out to me were Aasy and Al Kareem, who have finished 1 and 2 in their last 2 races respectively. And looking at the decks this morning, Al Kareem has not been entered here. So Aasy is by far the standout on ratings in this race. He's rated 112. He is a 7-year-old, but he is quite lightly raced. Just the 4 starts this season, a second, a first, and a second. The 2 times he's lost, only being beaten by a length and 2 lengths. So I think Aasy has a great chance in a race that his trainer, William Haggas, has a great record in, having won 3 of the last 5 renewals. And one of those last year with Hamish, a 7-year-old also. So lots to like about Aasy, especially in the 6-runner field. Not much for him to beat her, and I think he gets the job done after a fairly quiet campaign so far for Aasy. But yeah, Aasy to win the 3:45 Group 3 1 mile 4 St Simon Stakes, and he is currently going around 5-4 best price on Bet365. So just a quick recap, we're going for Wimbledon Hawkeye in the Futurity, 240 at Doncaster, 2 points. We're going to go for Aasy in the 3:45 at Newbury, another 2 points. And then we'll have the 1 point on the double. Why not? I'm quite keen on both of these this week. And they both get the job done. Hopefully it can be a little pot builder heading into the Breeders' Cup next weekend. All the best. Good luck.